Today's story has been taken from the Speaking Tree section of the Times of India. There was once a man named Pusalar, a great devotee of Shiva. His most ardent wish was to build a temple for his Lord. As he sat under the tree, in tattered clothes and a hungry belly, he began to plan his dream temple. There are instructions to be followed before constructing a temple, beginning with choosing an auspicious date and laying the foundation to building it part by part. Pusalar first acquainted himself with all these instructions and then followed them diligently. He traveled far and wide to get the right granite. He spent hours and days getting a panel right. He consulted almanacs on which figures should face which direction. Finally, the outside Gopuram was almost ready. Then he began fashioning the deity. The sanctum sanctorum was ready, and then the day came for installing the deity with the Kumbhabhishekam. Meanwhile, Pallava king Rajasimha was also building a temple in the neighboring town of Kanchipuram. It was grand and opulent. His temple, too, was now ready for Kumbhabhishekam. He summoned the priest, and an auspicious date and time was fixed. The excited and satisfied king went to bed in great anticipation. When the night was still young, he had a dream. Shiva came to him. "You have to change the date of Kumbhabhishekam," Shiva said. "On that day, I have to be present at another temple not far from yours, where also the Kumbhabhishekam is being done. It is far more beautiful than yours." The vision of Shiva filled the king with inexplicable joy, but he was curious to see the temple that could be more beautiful than his. So the next morning, the king set out looking for this new temple. He scanned the countryside, but to no avail. As he was returning home, he saw Pusalar seated under a tree. The sheer brilliance of that man in tattered clothes attracted the king, and he thought he would stop by. When Pusalar opened his eyes, he beheld the king sitting in front of him. The king paid his obeisance to him and said the reason why he was wandering about was that he was looking for a newly built temple. "Do you know who is building a temple that is so beautiful that words cannot describe it, and the Kumbhabhishekam is slated for tomorrow?" Pusalar smiled and told him it was his temple. "Really? Then where is the temple?" asked the perplexed king. Pusalar responded, "I have built the temple in my mind and will be consecrating it also in my mind." The king was stunned. Wasn't this the true purpose of life? To consecrate divinity within? When the temple is within, only good prevails. Negative thoughts, ill will, violence, hatred, and such other afflictions cannot enter the mind. It is full of blessings and good wishes, and the devotee becomes one with the divine. We live in two worlds, the outer world and the inner world. The outer world keeps us so occupied that the inner world remains largely unknown. But it is the inner world that dictates all our activities, our behavior, our happiness and sorrow. To sanctify the mind is the most difficult and the most beautiful thing to do. Rajasimha got a temple constructed in the outer world. but it is Pusala's inner temple and divine experience that lives on after him. So now it's our duty to understand what is more important, what we are from outside or what prevails inside. Just give it a thought. Have a blissful day. Thank you.